Good afternoon. Welcome to OSF HealthCare Sacred Heart Medical Center, proudly serving Danville, Illinois, and its surrounding communities. My name is Karen Broadbeck. I serve the OSF HealthCare Ministry as VP of Public Relations, and it's my honor to be here with you today. In the spirit of Christ and the example of St. Francis of Assisi, the mission of OSF HealthCare is to serve persons with the greatest care and love in a community that celebrates the gift of life. It's a mission that has been cherished and upheld for 140 years. To tell you more about our mission, I'd like to invite Sister Judith Ann Duvall, Chairperson of the Board for OSF HealthCare, to join us and share a few words from her heart.
Well, welcome. It's my privilege to welcome you on behalf of all of our sisters, OSF HealthCare Sacred Heart Medical Center. In fact, maybe if some of you aren't aware, we went back to the sponsoring sisters, the Franciscan Sisters of the Sacred Heart, and gave them an opportunity to give us feedback on naming this facility. And this was their choice because it ties so closely to their name, their religious community's name. So we were so happy that we could honor their preference and give you that name that will forever attach this facility to the sponsoring community who founded your heritage. This really is a day of celebration to give thanks to God for bringing us together into the service of human life. You know, we already have so very much in common. We share a Catholic heritage with a mission and a vision of serving the sick and the poor, and to do it with great care and great love. And we're all inspired by the same healing ministry of Christ and guided by Catholic social teachings. And our faith tradition is what really enables us to make an impact on the overall health and well-being of the communities that God has called us to serve. And our special privilege is to be there for the underserved, the marginalized, and the most vulnerable among us. Healthcare is such a special and such an important ministry of the church, and what a privilege it is for us to accompany those who are ill, alone, suffering, and dying, and minister to them physically, emotionally, and spiritually. This really is sacred ground, and we serve as a living extension of God's love and care for his people. That's pretty special. Christ himself taught us, didn't he, the value and the sacredness of every human life by surrendering literally his own life to bring us to life. And we now who serve in healthcare have that awesome responsibility also to really protect and uphold the sanctity of all human life in everything that we do. The Franciscan Sisters of the Sacred Heart, the religious communities whose heritage really founded this facility, and our sisters, Sisters of the Third Order of St. Francis, we are steeped in cultures that really commit us to want to come to know and understand the needs of the communities we're called to serve, and to meet those needs in new and creative ways, and to really keep moving toward higher and higher quality care for our communities, because every human life is worth it and deserving of it. It is this culture of really caring and giving that drives our diligent efforts to want to very responsibly, as good stewards, use these assets and resources that God has entrusted to us so that they truly deliver value to our communities. And we remain committed to understanding what they need and to meeting those needs. And we always welcome and respect people of all religious traditions and orientations. And it's our desire to partner with our communities and other entities that serve people in these communities so that together we can truly improve the quality of life of those who call those communities their homes. Healthcare, people, is not an industry. Some people run it like that, but it is not and must never be. We can use business principles as we minister, but never are we driven by it. But rather it's a sacred ministry because it's in the service of human life. It's about caring for others the way God cares for us. And because we see the importance of this role and the contribution within our ministry, our sisters made a decision that we weren't going to call our people employees anymore. And actually it was when we began working in such close concert with the sisters, the Sisters of St. Francis of the Martyr St. George. Did I get that right? They call their employees mission partners. And we adopted that, so all who are members of our OSF family, we call them mission partners. Because we believe, just as our sisters are personally called by God to this sacred ministry, to care for his people in healthcare apostolate, so each and every one of you that God brings to our sisters to be part of our family, we believe too that you have been personally called. And we know, just think of what you do. Not everyone can do what you do. Not everyone have the gifts and talents and the passion that you have to do what you do. So it's not by accident. He has fitted you for this sacred work. And it's so sacred that we truly serve on sacred ground. And it's not enough for us just to bring somebody on board to fill a slot because we need a particular work activity accomplished that's lacking in our family, and just tell you how to be a good and reliable and dependable employee. That kind of falls short. We want each person that God calls on board to join us to really understand and accept the sacredness of what they are all about and how critically important their contribution is as together we serve human life. I really believe God has brought our two organizations together for a very, very special reason and a wonderful reason. I think both of us can be better together in the service of human life. And I think there's a lot of wonderful things in store for us lying ahead. But if you ask me what they are, I couldn't tell you. But I could tell you one thing. I know it's going to be wonderful and good. Experiencing 140 years and reading that in our sister's history over and over again, when God's in charge, wonderful things happen. So today, I am really honored to call all of you our mission partners. God bless you and welcome.
Sister, thank you so much. Okay. I'll try to speak loudly. Your words are always very beautiful and inspiring. Thank you very much. Well, our next presenter is not going to be a stranger to anyone in the room, certainly a familiar face. Dr. Rogers serves as president of OSF HealthCare Sacred Heart Medical Center here in Danville, as well as OSF HealthCare Heart of Mary Medical Center over in Urbana. In his role, Dr. Rogers helps ensure the highest quality care and services are available for those that we serve. And he also helps carry forward the culture that we've come to know and love. Dr. Rogers?
Thank you, Karen, and thank you, Sister Judith Ann. Well, it's February 1st. We're here. The patients are being taken care of. Epic came up. I have my name badge. And the lights are on. So it worked. It's a good day. God is truly good. This is fine. So much work has really been done over the past 5 months to make this happen. Yet there are many things that remain to be done. the integration isn't over. It has really hit a significant point, but it's not over. But doing what has been done, we'll get there. Those of you who haven't been intimately involved in the integration probably can't fully appreciate what's been accomplished. This is a tremendous amount of work that takes many more weeks, if not more months, than what it's taken to make this integration work thus far. In some cases, organizations even take years doing this and don't fully get integrated with the medical record for a year or two after they come together. So this is something that has been a result of our leaders locally, our teams locally, the Integration Management Office, our IT team from OSF and locally, and also the leadership of OSF, who has been very supportive and very involved in this. This has been a success, so congratulations and thank you. We remain extremely optimistic and we're very excited about this ongoing transition. You know, we're family now. We're part of OSF. But for the past 5 months, we've been treated as family. So even though there's a lot to be done, we know that we're all in it together. And with the help of Almighty God, we're up to the task to join OSF as true mission partners in their ministry, serving with the greatest care and love. So thank you. In a moment, I'd like to ask Sister Karen Carlson to come forward. Sister Karen Carlson, SSCM, Servants of the Holy Heart of Mary, is a colleague. She is a mission partner. She works day in and day out in our Community Resource Center at OSF HealthCare Heart of Mary Medical Center. She has a passion for caring for the vulnerable, those who are marginalized. She does a terrific job at doing so. She considers every person she comes into contact with as her first priority. And I don't know how you can have so many first priorities, but she has a lot of first priorities, and she really, really puts her heart into it and takes care of a lot of people. Sister Karen.
Thank you, Dr. Rogers. Good afternoon, all. I know some of you, and it's good to be here. You're getting a shortened version of what I presented earlier today. You're lucky. The one constant over the time and name changes has been our dedication to the Danville community. Our presence in the community gives witness to the value and dignity of human life. We provide services, programs marked by Christian love, free of discrimination with regard to race, creed, or economic status. Our management provides leadership characterized by a spirit of justice and respect for all individuals. As we transition once again into new ownership, I know that the dedication, love, and respect we have always shown those individuals who come through our doors will continue, because that's who we are. It doesn't matter what the name of the organization is. Our ministries, from volunteers to administration, will always strive to uphold those values we have worked hard to develop over the years. Thank you for all the contributions you have made toward our success. We wouldn't be who we are today without your dedication. As we change over to OSF, Sacred Heart Medical Center, may we continue to thrive and grow as we continue to provide the excellent care we are known for throughout Danville. Thank you for all your work and your continued love and dedication for this community. And God bless.
Thank you, Sister Karen. Mr. Jim Mulvaney has served on our board for many years, and for the last 2 years has been the chair of our Community Leadership Board. Going forward, he will be the president of our Community Advisory Board. Jim is a thoughtful, kind, and wise man who is in touch with what's going on with his community and is in touch with what's going on in the hospital. He is exactly the type of person that we need leading our board going forward. So, Jim, we'd like you to say a few words.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the OSF HealthCare Sacred Heart Medical Center Community Board, which now has changed, I would like to welcome OSF HealthCare to Danville and to the surrounding communities. First, I would like to welcome the senior leaders of OSF who have come to be with us this afternoon. Sister Judith Ann Duvall, the chair of the board of directors of OSF HealthCare, Robert Searing, the CEO of OSF HealthCare, Sister Diane McGrew, the president of OSF HealthCare, Chad Bohr, the CEO of the Eastern Region of OSF HealthCare. And I would also like to recognize the senior leadership present here today from the Sacred Heart Hospital. Dr. Jared Rogers, the president, Molly Nicholson, our chief nursing officer, Dr. Vincent Kuchitz, the chief medical officer, and Jennifer Compton, the vice president of ancillary and support services of Sacred Heart. OSF HealthCare, welcome to Danville, Illinois and Vermilion County. Thank you for acquiring our hospital. Today we celebrate with you as we begin our new relationship. Your acquisition of Sacred Heart Hospital renews our connection with the Franciscan communities. St. Elizabeth Hospital, founded in 1882 by a small group of German missionary Franciscan sisters, was Danville's first hospital. For the last 136 years, the Franciscan sisters have been a part of the Danville and Vermilion County community. And today, our Franciscan heritage continues and is strengthened. The Franciscan Sisters Sacred Heart Hospital and all of the healthcare providers who serve at our hospital are a valued and integral part of our community. You are our neighbor, our partner, and our friend. We embrace the mission and vision of OSF HealthCare, that the gift of life is one of God's great gifts, and together we embrace and celebrate that gift. Today, we begin to work with you to transform healthcare here and to improve the lives of our community. I would also like to take this opportunity to assure our community that all past and future donors who have made and will make generous contributions to our hospital, that the issue concerning the use of money donated in the past years continues to be addressed. OSF HealthCare supports the practice in all communities it serves that any funds raised in support of their individual hospitals will benefit those hospitals. The OSF Sisters, who directly govern our new health system, and the OSF Foundation staff strictly follow the donor's intent. This will be the case at OSF HealthCare Sacred Heart Medical Center here in Danville. I look forward to working with the OSF Foundation team, our local advisory and foundation board members, to resolve this current situation. This is the way to begin our new journey on this celebratory day. Today, we move forward with excitement. OSF HealthCare's values of justice, compassion, integrity, teamwork, employee well-being, providing a supportive work environment, trust, stewardship, and leadership give all at OSF Sacred Heart Medical Center the tools and principles with which to transform healthcare here in Vermilion County. The resources OSF provides in leadership medical and professional staff education, in simulation training, technology, its various partnerships, its equipment, and the strong financial position it enjoys will enhance the types and qualities of healthcare available to us here in Vermilion County. Our local board pledges that it will provide assistance and support to the OSF healthcare system and OSF Sacred Heart. The board will support the mission, values, and philosophy of OSF and Sacred Heart. We will continue to support the caregivers here at the hospital, and we will work with OSF and Sacred Heart to transform healthcare. Under your guidance and leadership, please keep us informed and educated about OSF, Sacred Heart, state and federal healthcare issues, policies and directions. With this information and knowledge, we will engage with our community to assist and determine its needs, identify issues, advocate for the hospital, and provide guidance, advice, assist in planning, and follow the directives of OSF Healthcare and of Sacred Heart. The members of the local board are thankful for the opportunity to serve OSF, Sacred Heart, and our community. We look forward to the improvement of our hospital, the transformation of healthcare, and the assisting and the supporting of all of our staff. We will do our best to assist the important mission in the spirit of Jesus Christ, the example of St. Francis, to serve all people with the greatest of care and love in a community that celebrates the gift of life. Thank you. All your papers.
Thank you, Jim. We appreciate your dedication and your service to the community board, and we certainly look forward to continuing to work collaboratively to transform healthcare for Vermilion County. Truly, it takes many partners to be able to achieve our vision to transform healthcare to improve the lives of those we serve. And now I'd like to invite forward Bob Searing, Chief Executive Officer for OSF Healthcare, so that he can express his thoughts as well. Bob?
Thank you very much. And Jim, what wonderful words. I'd like to say that you've said everything, but quite frankly, that would keep me from adding a few comments. So I can't say that, but they were wonderful words. I certainly enjoyed hearing a little bit about the history, although as I was there listening, it sounded so much like the history of our own sisters who came 140 years ago. So certainly appreciated that. I do want to add my welcome to those who have spoken before. We're certainly confident that bringing you into our family will increase our ability to meet the physical and emotional needs of these communities that we have been called to serve. I'd also like to take this opportunity to say thank you. So my evening here starts, or I should say ends, in the same way that yesterday started. And it was pretty close to 24 hours ago. I came here to see the work that was about to take place, to see the busloads of folks who arrived here to really help transform. Now, Jim, you talked a little bit about transforming healthcare. Had you been here last night, you would have seen a transformation indeed, a transformation of this facility and all of the IT infrastructure in less than a 24-hour period. And as Dr. Rogers shared, the good news is Epic is up. The lights are on. The patients are being cared for, and with the same care and love that you have long provided in this community. So there was a huge amount of work that had taken place. So when I think about all of those involved, certainly at the ministry leadership and the regional leadership for OSF, but it's also the leadership throughout here in Danville and also up in Urbana-Champaign. It's the leadership here locally that really helped complete the picture. I also think of the units that involved, and I'll run the risk. I will name a few, and I'm sure I will leave out more than a few, but in particular, IT. the IT staff that work through all of the logistics to make this happen. But I also think about facilities management, marketing communication, home care, legal, business development, supply chain, the foundation, and of course performance improvement that really helps coordinate and bring it all together. Again, I'm sure I'm leaving out a few, but I saw those and many more here last night as they, as I said, got off that bus. And it was people from each and every market that OSF represents, except for Escanaba. I don't know that I saw anybody make it down there, but we did have a few sisters and others from St. Anthony's and Alton, and certainly from Rockford and all of the others. And it was truly an army that came on. But there were others. It's the folks in this room, the folks throughout the facility. It's the associates, now mission partners of OSF. Again, that worked so hard overnight to make that transition happen. And we'll be working going forward to ensure that all of those systems that we have brought up really help, really aid you in serving the patients. And then finally, the clinicians. Employed clinicians, independent clinicians, clinicians from OSF Multi-Specialty Services Group. Again, all coming together to ensure that we have a safe environment in which to practice and to provide care. And so together, we've successfully completed what has certainly been a complex endeavor. And now we can indeed celebrate the first day in a long history as OSF HealthCare Sacred Heart Medical Center. And so please join me in thanking each other and for all that you've accomplished so far today. I truly believe that together we're uniquely positioned to serve this community. With our services centered across Illinois, and OSF does have a broad geographic reach, but as you look at it, it is central Illinois. It is the I-74 and I-80 corridors that stretch from east to west. That really represents the majority of OSF's services, our facilities, and our mission partners. And so what a natural fit for Champaign-Urbana and down here in Danville to join with the rest of OSF in serving the needs of the communities in central Illinois. We'll certainly continue to invest in healthcare to really help in the transformation of healthcare. Because as we look at it, we do believe that transformation is necessary, and we want to help lead that transformation, not just let transformation happen to us. We will continue to keeping a community healthy, but it also requires supporting the community economically. And we think that hospitals, again, represent an important linchpin in each of the communities that we serve. They have a major effect on the local economy, and we recognize that, and again, want to be an important part of that so that we provide safe and stable and a healthy community. It's more than the clinical services that we provide. And you all provide outstanding clinical services in this community to the patients that come to you for care. But it's the community itself as well. It is how do we provide a healthy community, and how do we, working together, really achieve that. The outstanding care that you've provided in this community for years will certainly continue, and we look forward to working together. We can provide more services, more coordinated care across central Illinois. We're excited to see the positive changes that, again, started last night and continued overnight. And as I had the opportunity to walk the halls here earlier in the evening and then over in Champaign-Urbana until, well, it was a time that's well past my bedtime. But we was able to see, again, not only those who are helping in the installation, but it was those clinicians throughout these facilities that were, again, such an important part of achieving that. So as we move forward in your role as mission partners, know that you can count on those other mission partners across OSF. Last night was an example, this morning is an example. We'll continue as those systems and as we complete the implementation, but it doesn't end there. So know that you can continue to count on OSF mission partners from across the system, because it's through collaboration that we can truly deliver outstanding care. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. The OSF Healthcare Ministry is very special, whether you experience it as part of our community of caregivers or whether you're here as a patient or family member. Again, thank you very much for being here today. We appreciate your time. Welcome. Congratulations. As Bob mentioned, you can count on the mission partners of OSF Healthcare to help you in your journey. We know that you've had a very busy day, and there's a lot more that's still going to be taking place in the next few hours and days. But for those who would like to stay around for fellowship, we'd love to visit with you, get to know you better, and answer any questions that you may have. Additionally, I want to encourage everyone here, if you have not already seen it, you can either visit the OneOSF portal or you can check out the OSF Healthcare Facebook page. There's a really awesome special video that was produced by the multimedia services team in the wee hours of the night, and it shows all of the cool behind the scenes transition of all of those IT systems, the Epic Go Live, getting Pyxis up and running. So please be sure to check that out. And again, thank you very much.